How the Stonewall Riots successfully changed LGBTQ+ rights forever. On June 28, 1969, in the middle of the LGBTQ+ rights movement, police raided the Stonewall Inn, a bar and safe space for the LGBTQ+ community in Greenwich, New York, setting off riots as the patrons fought back. This event sparked national debate around the mistreatment of the LGBTQ+ community and led to the formation of many LGBTQ+ activist groups, using diplomatic strategies, which successfully fought for the legalization of same-sex marriage in 2015. In the 1950s and 60s, being LGBTQ+ was very illegal. In the US, it was seen as a mental illness that needed to be fixed. If you were openly gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or a crossdresser/drag queen, you could get arrested for walking down the street while with a same-sex partner or while cross-dressing. Bars were not allowed to serve people who were LGBTQ+, or else they could get their license to serve alcohol or liquor license taken away. During this time, there were some LGBTQ+ activist groups, like the Mattachine Foundation, founded in 1950, located in San Francisco, and the Daughters of Bilitis, founded in 1955 and also located in San Francisco, that served as safe spaces for gay and lesbian people. These groups had the goal of gaining civil and political rights. Former President Dwight Eisenhower prohibited LGBTQ+ people from getting government jobs when he issued Executive Order 10450. This order stated that criminal and dishonest activity included sexual perversion, or what they called homosexuality. The Stonewall Inn in Greenwich, New York, was a gay bar that was a safe space for all sexualities and races. The people there knew that everyone else was dealing with similar treatment that they were dealing with. The inn was extremely run down and very poorly taken care of. It was raided many times by the police for serving alcohol because the SLA, State Liquor Authority, refused to give them a liquor license because they served gay and transgender people. The alcohol wasn't stored normally because of the raids, so it was usually stored in nearby cars or hidden in the walls of the inn. It was owned by the New York Mafia because they saw an opportunity to make money. The inn charged very marked up prices for the drinks because they knew they could get away with it from them being the only bar allowing LGBTQ+ people. On the night of June 28, 1969, the police once again raided the Stonewall Inn because of illegally serving alcohol to LGBTQ+ people. The people of the Stonewall Inn had enough of the discrimination and fought back. The police were trying to get people out of the bar and into the police or paddy wagons. Marsha P. Johnson, an African-American transgender woman, reportedly threw the first brick at the police, starting the rioting. The rioting was the LGBTQ+ community debating against the unfair treatment they faced. The police eventually had to take cover inside the inn, and then the inn was believed to be set on fire by the rioters. By 4 o'clock in the morning, the violent riots were mostly over, but the protesting continued for weeks. These protests were the only way the community could fight back against the homophobia in laws and in everyday life. The rioting made many people aware of how the LGBTQ+ community was being treated so poorly. Almost immediately after the riots, the United States Gay Liberation Front was established. Soon after that, the United Kingdom and Canada also established gay liberation fronts, both starting around 1970 after hearing about Stonewall. These organizations helped fight for rights, and they held meetings of 200 to 300 people. The United Kingdom's Gay Liberation Front lasted until 1973, and Canada's lasted until 1972. They both disbanded from competition with other LGBTQ+ rights groups. An example of one of these groups was the Canada Gay Activists Alliance. These groups were very helpful in fighting for LGBTQ+ rights during the AIDS and HIV epidemic that began in June of 1980. This was an outbreak of sexually transmitted diseases that were blamed on gay and lesbian people spreading it. The disease can also be spread through the action of sharing drug needles. During this time, there was a lot of violence against these people because of the disease, and a lot of groups were formed at school campuses. The Stonewall riots will forever be remembered since June is the United States LGBTQ+ Pride Month because of when the riots occurred. This is because former President Bill Clinton originally said June was Gay and Lesbian Pride Month. Then, former President Barack Obama changed it to LGBT Pride Month. And under the Biden administration in 2021, it was finally changed to LGBTQ+ Pride Month to be inclusive to every sexual orientation. Every June, LGBTQ+ people parade through the streets all around the country, being proud of who they are. The military law, Don't Ask, Don't Tell, that prevented people in the military from asking or telling about another person's or their own sexual orientation was taken away under the Obama administration in 2011. Another huge step the Obama administration implemented was finally allowing same-sex couples to get married in 2015. Even though not everything is perfect for LGBTQ+ people in the United States today, after going through lots of debate and finding diplomatic ways to solve problems, the people that fought back in the Stonewall Inn helped to successfully change the world for LGBTQ+ people forever.